You're here. I didn't hear you turn up.
How are you
Probably
going?
because it's electric.
Yeah, it was quiet.
Can we have a look?
Oh, come on, let's go and check it out.
Anyway, I can't see any motorbike. I don't know where it is.
Motorbike?
Yeah.
What do you mean
said
motorbike?
You said you went electric.
Hey? Yeah.
I mean, we ride motor... What?
It's an electric car.
That's your car?
Yep.
An electric car?
Yeah.
But why did you bring your jacket and your helmet?
It's protective clothing.
For a car? You're a cager now.
Oh, don't you have to wear this when you're driving a car?
Looks like it's from the future, Chris. It's on.
Well, no, it's on now.
It's not very noisy.
No, not very quiet. What do you think about that? Because the interior of this car is quite
It's
unique.
very...
Let me turn down the music.
Very flash. Space AG is what I would call it.
I guess it's a subjective thing, whether you like a car's interior. A lot of people have criticised it, but I like it. To me, it looks like it makes every other car look ordinary, I think.
It makes other cars look dated.
Yeah.
My Corolla is this year's, and it looks outdated compared to this. Wow, look at that.
Here's a nifty thing. You can look at your surroundings in 3 dimensions. So it's using all the cameras that are around the car to look at, so you can see yourself from a third perspective. You can look at underneath your car. You can look at, like, if you're parking, so if you want to see lines underneath your car.
Or check if there are bombs.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to do navigation, and if you prefer, to see further ahead of you, you can just turn that around.
Wow.
And then, see further up the road if you want to do that. That's the main function I can think of that being for. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So just put it in drive. And it makes a little bit of a pedestrian warning sound. You can change it to make it sound like it has a musical note.
It's very smooth.
It is, yeah.
Smooth and quiet.
And I've hardly used sport mode because the normal mode gives you plenty of power.
Well, it's electric, so you have instant torque, don't you?
Yeah. The electric motors are just fantastic, just for that torque and the efficiency of them as well. And so then it comes down to what power source and the battery chemistry. And this is a LFP battery, or LiFePO, sometimes they're called. So it doesn't quite have the range of the more expensive battery that you get in like long-range Teslas. But it's safer, it lasts longer. Potentially, 500,000 to 1,000,000 kilometres you could get on a battery.
Very
so
fancy.
I'll do sports mode. Eco. Oh, there it is.
Certainly fast.
So it's not known as being particularly. It's nowhere near the performance Teslas, but it's certainly.
It's more than
enough.
enough. Trust me. For the normal road, it's more than enough.
And it's effortless as well, which I really like. You don't hear, an engine struggling or changing up through the gears in order to give you that acceleration.
Oh, feel those Brembo brakes.
A lot of that is actually the KERS, kinetic energy recovery system. A lot of that braking isn't even using the pads on your brakes. So so your brakes last a lot longer. And you recover energy back into the battery when you do brake. When you take your foot off the pedal, you regenerate energy, and there's a couple of different settings. And people are used to driving Teslas, which are one pedal driving.
Yeah, that's interesting. A one pedal driving, I find odd.
Yeah, what happens with this car is that you you take your foot off the accelerator and it does recover a bit of energy, but then you put your foot on the brake and it recovers even more energy. So it's not actually weak, as some of the reviewers are saying. I found the tyres to be fine.
Yeah, I think they're very picky if they're picking an issue with the tyres. I mean, you know, they might not be Michelin or whatever, but they're perfectly good enough.
How did you find that, Tim?
Chris, I'm impressed. Seriously, it's actually even better than I thought. And I've watched a few videos on it, and they were all really, really good reviews. But really is better than I thought it would be. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's quiet, it's smooth, it's powerful.
I think this car should last me 25 years.
25?
At least.
At least.
Well,
Well,
I mean, things might start to
fall off.
I don't know if cars last that long these days, but the battery is good. And the battery is the big part of the cost of the car. You know, the electric motors last forever. So, yeah.
I really enjoyed the experience, the power, the quiet, the smoothness, and it's just a nice place to be.
I've got to say, all the features are lovely. There's a few niggles with the software that have still got to, but there's over-the-air updates which will improve that in time. The most impressed thing I've been with is just the motor, the electric motor. I don't think I ever want to go back to driving a ICE car now. So
an internal combustion engine, ICE. Yeah, no, I like it. It's good. I think you've done well.
I'm nicer than a lot of EV drivers call ICE vehicles fossil cars.
Well, I might be a fossil driving mine, but thank you for joining us. See you next time.
See you next time. Thanks for watching.